What it do, beautiful people, my melanated kings and queens. Welcome to It's JUSTA Conversations. I am your host, Justa Verse. Let's converse.
Yeah, I love it when you talk, baby. You feel smooth like butter, cocoa. It's a conversation. Then you gotta do my good and observation. That's how you love to be patient. But we gon' take it, we gon' not making places. We can moderate first. That's why the history and all our innovation. Just having conversation. Then you gotta do my good and observation.
What it do? We big bitches. Watch me here now. How you doing, girl? How you been over the break?
Girl, it's been a time, but you know, it's good. It's all good.
Hey, we here. I'm saying it like I ain't talked to you, but the people ain't see you,
I know,
so it's
right?
all good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Nah, man. It was a good Thanksgiving, a good Christmas. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but I do celebrate not having to work. You know what I'm talking about? But it was a good holiday season. I got to go and see Makai, and I got to come and see you, my beautiful boo, and my beautiful goddaughter. We had a little good time, even though I made you late for work one time. My bad. You know what I'm
Yeah, I was late, but, you know, it happens.
It happens. But what's been going on with you? How's school?
Woo. So, as you know, but other people don't know, I had a little trying time. I had to switch schools because you know when you work for a company that is actually providing the funds for you to go, sometimes they may switch providers, and that's like a whole new thing. So, I mean, once you get into a groove, it could be quite hectic. But you know what? Just breathing through the whole thing. I'm back where I'm supposed to be. Don't have to take these little classes that you know people just don't like. You just made that class up. Type classes.
Yo,
I
the
have to
other day you said, I was wondering, is this shit even real?
I was studying nice, you know. But yeah, so now I'm where
you
I
are in
should
Florida. That's the same place where they had all them people with them fake nursing RN things going on.
That's
So
true. That's true. But you know,
But you made it through, and you here. You still doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a good thing. And of course, I'm always proud of you. And I'm telling you, when she graduates, y'all, we finna be MIA. I mean, you might see us, but it'll probably be on the news for some wild shit that we just. But you know, I digress. Anyway, okay, we grown ups now. We gonna be mature and we gonna do mature stuff because that's what we do. Because we grown ups, so, like we wasn't 40. But whatever. I digress.
Yeah.
It's so good to have you guys, to have you back. Just so you guys are aware, we are switching it up this year a little bit. I wanted to get some one-on-one time with my people to have different discussions. So you're gonna see things are a little bit different. Free is still in the building. Jay is still in the building, but you're gonna see Jay next week. You're gonna be seeing Free on the last week. On the third week, of course, we always have lyrics and poetry. So you'll see all of us gathered together for our shenanigans at that time. So don't worry. You know what I'm saying? All you ladies that's looking and like, y'all pretty and everything, but I'll be on here for the eye candy. They'll be back. Okay. You'll get all the eye candy you need. Okay. Because none of my friends ugly, period. Okay. But this week, this month, actually, we're going to be doing a lot of talking about, you know, Black love in many different forms. And this week, I wanted to talk to my best friend from like 10th grade on to now. I'm going to call now eternity because that was a long time ago.
So mad
it was a long time ago. We graduated in the 1900s, by the way.
I say, you know, our kids be thinking that. I'm like, hold on.
Y'all graduated in the 1900s, but you know what? At the same time, y'all living in the 20s right now. So I don't understand why you're just 20s. Next year is gonna be the next in the next couple years is gonna be the 30s. So y'all gonna feel old school when the kids from 2097 is over here talking about some, oh, you were born in that
Oh, oh, like,
but we wanted to, have a little discussion on love languages. Now, automatically your mind may go to, oh, they finna talk relationship with these dudes out here and blah 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 blah. But I believe that love languages are beyond just between romantic relationships. I believe that love languages, can be applied to friendships as well. And understanding these love languages is important. Do me a favor, Shey, because I won't even tell you a lie. I wasn't prepared and my joint about to die. Bars. So I want you to take a minute and just kind of go through. We saw the 5 original love languages. Go ahead and tell them what the 5 original love languages are. You got it pulled up?
Yeah, I'm headed to it right now.
Go ahead and just break down. You don't have to read everything, but we can just talk about what it is, because it's only gonna take me a second to jump up and run over there and come right back. But in the meantime, you got it?
Yeah. So
all right.
Let me go through those real quick. So you have physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, and then receiving gifts.
All right. So most of us are pretty common with those. I mean, pretty familiar with those.
Right.
And when we think about those things, when we think about receiving gifts and quality time and words of affirmation, we naturally go to the romantic world. But if you don't mind, Shey, I'm about to, get a little, how I do. I'm vulnerable when it comes to being on here and expressing stuff, because I don't think people learn better when there's an actual example out there, when there's something, when you're talking or whatever. So Shey and I are so different, but so alike. We love with everything we have in us. We're giving people. We'll pop off on you at any given time, depending on our mood.
Period.
We have our similar flaws and similar, great things about us. But some of the differences come in when I go into my state of panic, depression, whatever you want to call it. I am someone that wants to talk about it. I've been in and out of therapy for most of my life. First time I went to a therapist was after abuse when I was in daycare, when I was a little girl. My parents, thank God for them, because they definitely was like, yeah, we're not going to let you just live this life with this happening. We're going to take you to somebody so you can talk to somebody.
Right.
So shout out to them for that. But beyond that, as time went on and I started to really fight depression and fight anxiety and fight all of these things, it became important to me to talk to people. Well, as my financial status became too good to get government help, but not good enough to afford these doctors out here, I got into a place of not having that person to go to. So I want to talk to people that I care about. I talk to different people about different things. There's certain things I go to Shey about. My 3 main people are the people on the show. So there's certain things I go to Shey about. There's certain things I go to Jay about. There's bars. There's certain things I go to Free about. And then there's certain things I go to me about. I just had to do it. So I'm a communicator. Things have to be really, 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 really bad for me to be like, I can't do it. But even when I'm like, I can't do it, I'll generally let everybody know I'm not in a good headspace. I don't feel like talking to nobody. And then I lock myself away. On the other hand, we have Shey. And it's funny because Jay and I are very similar in that way.
Mhm.
Shey and Free are very similar in the other way.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it? So, and you met Free through me, and I met Jay through you. It's the craziest thing, you know what I'm saying? Opposites attract, though. We all love each other, and we all have different things that we contribute and things that we, you know, and that's what makes us so dope. Anyway, Shey has a tendency when life gets to be too much, she is going to ghost you. If you're not somebody who is forefront in, and I don't even mean in her mind or heart. No, you got to be physically there. If you're not somebody who's physically there, like you live up the street so you can pop up on her, or you know, or maybe your kid is friends with Dev, so you know you see each other, or maybe you go to church, you see each other. If it's not one of those things where she's gonna actually see you, she will go ghost on you. And Shey used to do this to me. Oh my gosh, she used to do this to me. And when I tell you, that thing used to break my heart.
I'm sorry, girl. That's just the way I is.
No,
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
That's right. And that's what I'm getting to. And that's exactly what I'm getting to. So the first few times that I talked to her about it, her attitude was, that's just the way I am. Like, I'm sorry, but that's the way I am. And you know what I'm saying? And not to mention all of these great social media things, that these wrong things that social media would love to just turn it into right. When someone ghosts you, you need to understand that, okay, what I need to understand there's nothing difficult about sending a mass text that says, everybody, I'm out for a while. You know what I'm saying? You have these things that say, if we're real friends, then we cannot talk for 8 months and come back like nothing happened. Well, where that is true, if I've been calling you these 8 months and you've been straight up ignoring me, now we're not going to come back together like nothing happened. That can't happen that way. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, when you have a friendship, you got to think more than just yourself. I say that. Now, when you go to Shey and you are expressing that you're going through something, and you know, a lot of times, especially with us women, we be fronting and we be saying certain things. I don't even care about him no more. I don't care about him, whatever. Shey is the type to be like, okay, girl, I got you. I know. If that nigga, whatever, you know, whatever. I don't care. I'm with you, girl. I ride with you. Okay, you need a hug. I got a hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's there. Me, on the other hand, girl, you don't mean that. You know you love that dude, and I'm gonna need you to stop fronting right now. And it can come off extremely harsh and heartless. Over the last year of our friendship, Shey and I have been able to, and correct me if I'm wrong, have communication in a way that we're able to understand that we can't do things just thinking about ourselves, thinking that this is what's best for me and that's just what it is. We have to consider the other person. So after having conversations with Shey about this stuff over the last year, it's kind of clicked with her. So when she's feeling like she's not trying to deal with people right now, Shey will say, hey, I've been going through a lot right now. You probably not even going to hear from me for a while. I'm studying. I'm taking care of Dev. I got a lot going on. To which I'm like, bet. And if I text her and I say, hey, I'm just checking on you, she'll respond back, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may, or I love you, girly, or whatever the case may be. On my end, when Shey's telling me, you know, I don't care, I bite my tongue hard. I bite it so hard. So I'll be like, yes, you do, girl. Instead, I try to take a little bit of what she's shown me and try to be a little bit more compassionate and saying, okay, I get that's how you feel right now. And I totally get it. And shutting up to let her talk and to let her get it out and not feeling like, well, let me give you my advice. Let me try to fix it. Because that's been a problem for me like my entire life. I've always been a fixer. I want to fix it. And sometimes fixing it, trying to fix something is annoying. I don't want you to fix it. I want you to shut up and listen to me while I talk irrationally right now, because you know me well enough to know I don't mean none of this shit I'm talking about. I just need to get it out. You know what I'm saying? And it made me, all of that made me think about what do we talk?
Love languages. How
Love
we
language. Jeez, my brain just went away.
That's okay. That's why I'm here. Let's go.
For me, when it comes to my friendships, now when it comes, please do not try to put this over with dudes, because it's different. We'll have a different discussion on relationships, romantic relationships. But when it comes to my friends, I know a big love language for me is quality time. That quality time may come in the form of FaceTime while we listen to old school music and fuss about what our kids are doing. You know, whatever it may be, it could be in person, whatever it is. I want time with my friends. I want
to link up.
And then we gotta link up. Mm-hmm. I venture to say, when Shey is in certain places in her life, she wants those words of affirmation. She wants to know I'm not crazy for feeling how I feel right now. And I don't need nobody telling me I am crazy, even if I know I'm crazy, but I feel like I'm not crazy right now. I need those words to tell me, nah, you good, you straight. I personally, as I bring down this whole intro, I personally believe that our relationship has grown once we started to recognize what the other person needs versus just being focused on, well, we got this timing, so you should understand who I am.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I would totally agree with that. And I think that just comes with the relationship, you know, and growing, and at every stage and level of your friendship. Like, it's not going to be the same. You're going to have that core stuff that you can go back and reminisce on. But who I was at 16 is not who I am today. So it's good to tap in always, and to be able to just kind of step outside all of that. Well, she always used to do that then, and say, I noticed something. Observation is everything, okay? I've noticed this about her. She's not really doing this anymore. Maybe that's something we could talk about and find out, like, you know, and then, you know, just you're getting to know your friend again. Like, there's some things that I talk to you about, and you're like, oh, I never knew that. And it's
up to yesterday.
Yeah. So those are good things. Those are like, it's like, oh wow, I didn't realize that's what you're going through, or that's what you like, or that's what you've done in your past. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't share everything with everyone who you call your friend, you know. And that's just what it is to me. Like, you know, being able to give that space for that person to, like, pulling back a pedal, you know, and you're able to see all that goodness. It's like, wow. So that's what I appreciate most about our friendship as we grow in our friendship. So.
And much like a romantic relationship, they always talk about people growing together. And as you said, the same person I was 16, hell, the same person I was last year at this time is not the same person I am, because I'm on a mission to constantly grow. Me personally, I want to grow. I don't want to be, I saw something a while ago that said, an advisor said it to me when I was working at my old job, and then I've seen it a little bit, but they said, I said, how you doing? And she said, I'm making yesterday jealous. And I thought that was so dope, because it's like, whatever happened yesterday, whether it was good or bad, if your aim the next day is for it to be better than the day before, to make yesterday jealous, it doesn't matter how low or how high it was. My goal is to make today better.
I like that. Use that
that's how I'm learning how to take things on now. You know, the person I was is not the, you know, I had a little back and forth with Makai the last time I was down there. And I had to let everything die down. And then I called him and I was like, yo, I just want to sit down and just have a heart to heart with you so that we can come out of this whole thing understanding. It's not just I'm your mother, or you know what I'm saying, or you're old, or whatever the case may be. Not that anybody said that, but I'm just saying that's the emotion that seems to be behind these things with your children when they become adults or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have and Makai started to talk about, you know, the reason why he moves the way he moves when it comes to certain things. And his examples were, because when I was at this job, you said such and such, such, or you did such and such and such. Well, you had that job when you were 16. I was a totally different person when you were 16. When you were 16, I was only 26. I hadn't even touched 30 yet. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, I need you to give me a little bit of leeway and understand, much like we talked about last season about forgiving our parents, because especially when it's the first child or the only child, yo, I'm learning with you.
Exactly.
I ain't never do this before. And I don't give a damn how much babysitting your siblings you did. You don't know what it is to be a parent until you're a parent, period.
That's the truth.
Okay. And it's not to take away from the work you do or the love you give or anything like that. But anyone, I used to hate it. Your cousin Nicole, she'd be like, because I'd be like, why you just don't do whatever or why whatever? And she'd be like, you'll understand when you have a kid. And I used to get so annoyed when she said that. Oh my goodness. I promise you, I haven't seen Nicole in so many years, but if I see her tomorrow, I'm finna tell her, you were right. You were totally right. Because the moment I had Makai, I was like, oh. And there were certain instances that kept happening that would flash me back to when she would say, you know, because for a while she would be at my house all the time. You know, she was even staying there for a little while. Everybody stayed at the crib at one point. So she's telling me, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, she was right the whole time. Shout out to you, Nicole. But it's about that growth and understanding that we often give ourselves credit for growing, but then don't want to recognize anyone else's growth.
That part.
It's easy for me to totally disregard the effort that you put in now when you're in your busy or dark or whatever time it is that's keeping you going there. You can't call me, like, because I'm used to there being a time when we talked every day. But then I got used to a time when we talk 2-3 times a week. Now we talk probably once a week. And that's because both of us are extremely busy. But instead of me getting upset about it, I had to start to understand, yo, shorty's out there, single mother, in school, working a full-time job. She don't got time to be chit-chatting with me.
Now listen, I would love to, because that would mean all my stuff is taken care of. Ooh, I would love to just do that. But that whole understanding, I think that should be like a love language. I'm sorry.
Understanding.
Yes.
Being understanding.
Let's just put that in there.
I love that. I love that. I think that a lot of the same thing happened with Free. Man, when I tell you, well, the first time he went ghost because he was dead ass wrong. And he knew he was dead ass wrong. But times afterwards, you know, it's like, bro, you don't understand like what you doing right now because then what I learned was, and this is not to put anything on y'all, but I'm only talking from my point of view in terms of this. What I learned was I started to get some serious abandonment issues. Like anyone that came in my life, I was like, so when Jason came into my life, I'm like, yeah, okay, he's cool right now, but he's gonna disappear on me at any point. No. Then I began to learn that Jason doesn't stay with me. He be sensitive. We be sensitive.
He don't never disappear.
Jason will not disappear. Okay.
It's a good thing though, Jay.
It is. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because I know at the end of the day, if you and Free going through it and y'all just can't deal, I know I can be like, Jay, I need you, bro. And even if he's busy, he's going to make a point to call me with the baby crying in the background and everything and make sure I'm straight.
And give you good points of advice and hear you out and all of that.
You know what I'm saying? And what I recognize about him that's so dope as well is that he communicates with all of us differently.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't approach you the way that he approaches me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like he communicates different, and that's because he's taking the time, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, he's taking the time to recognize what his friends need. You know what I'm saying? And I think that with us, we've learned, it may have taken us till we were this age, but we're finally learning how it's not about me. Because here's the thing. Even if you were to disappear, because you've made it a habit not to, at that point, I know something is seriously going on, right? So I'm not going to be upset about you. What I am going to do is I'm still going to send you text messages that say, hey, I'm just thinking about you, even if you don't respond. Because I know at this point you've grown past that. So if it's something, it ought to be something.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, there's also something we said on my end of the person. This could be you. You could be somebody who does that too. You know, kind of disappears and shut down. Like once you go through that process of actually seeing what it does to your friends or friend, when you shut down, I mean, just working on that whole process, you'll start to feel a little bit better because in those times of shutting down, it's like I don't even want to talk about my issues. I don't want anybody to, dim my situation, and how I see it. I don't want even whether it's good, you're gonna be okay. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear nothing. I just want to be, but at the same time, the process of letting people know where you're at is a good thing. And the fact that they don't always have to say something, but knowing that they're in your corner and they're checking up on you, it's good to say, hey, I'm gonna be taking a synopsis. What hiatus synopsis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. I'm taking a hiatus. It's too much reading, child. Anyways, I'm taking a hiatus from whatever, and I need a few moments, and that's all I can say right now. And then, just having that understanding, you're able to say, okay, at least I know my friend understands, and I don't feel bad about this on top of everything else. Because I would feel horrible, but my mind, it's like your mind is like not allowing you to. And this is like, it's like when you're deep down in the dumps, it's depression. It's almost constricting. And so, when you got people in your life that are grounded, that you want to make sure that they know. Because sometimes, like I've had a lot of classmates within this past year just fall off, and like people don't know what was going on. There's like loads of depression going on, and they're not saying anything, And so I'm making it a point now to not just tap into the friends that I talk to you all the time, but people that I went to school with, private school or whatever. I'll tap in, I'll give them a text message. How are you doing? We don't have to talk no long time. It don't have to be all that. We don't got to pretend all that. I don't know what's going. I don't know what you have in your fridge.
Right.
I don't know. But it's good to be able to know that you have somebody that you can, in your corner that who's understanding, and you feel good after you take those steps. Because I know I feel good after I say, if I'm going through, if I hit you up and I say, hey, whatever, that you're like, okay, I get it. And I know that you get it, and that I can just go through that process. You may or may not check in, but you always check in. But anyways, you always check in. But it's just how I feel. I don't know, maybe I've just grown up to be like this. I sometimes feel like a loner, Girl, I feel like, I just feel like I'm just maneuvering by myself, but I'm not. I have a support system and that I love and that loves me. So I know it's like get out your head, make those steps, apply. You gotta apply, and things will get better. You feel better for reaching out. You don't have to go through no full, thing and tell them everything that's going on, but just to tap in, it made me feel better. I didn't even realize I needed that.
Right.
It's something that I needed to do to tap in and say, hey, I'm gonna be taking a break. At least
Right.
somebody knows something wrong with me.
Right. No,
I'm
no.
so
And
used to
it
pretending.
makes sense. It makes sense because when you tap in and you tell somebody, you don't have the weight of, I hope they don't get mad at me because I know I'm taking mad long. Or you don't feel the pressure of, I need to call them tomorrow because if not, they're going to be upset with me. You know what I'm saying? And with that in mind, on my end, in terms of me and my harshness, some people will say, oh, it's because you're a Sagittarius, whatever. I don't know. But I think it's because my mama Jamaican and they don't know no other way than to just beat. I'd be like, yo, why you have to say stuff like, what's wrong with you? Like,
He's looking like, yeah, well, what's the problem?
but then I turn around and I do the same thing. And I had to start paying attention. And I'm still working on it because I still fall short in a bit. Because I'll just start. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just stating certain facts. Now, there are times when I'm not going to let you sit there and bullshit yourself. If I see you're procrastinating about a situation, if I see that you're doing something that, this is to your detriment. This is what it is. We finna talk about this now. Okay. But when it comes to just regular conversations, I just have this tendency to get so frustrated with the fact that, well, for me, with the people that I care about, a lot of times it's because I see something dope in you that you're not seeing right now. And I'm pissed off because it's like, why the hell can't you see that? So I'm going to give it to you like this. And there's nothing loving about doing it like that. Even if I mean it with love, there's nothing loving about doing it that way because in the end, I can tell by the body language. Before I used to just kind of zone out and not even think about it. But then I started replaying certain things in my mind. And I started realizing, no, the body language is telling me you just hurt your friend's feelings, calling yourself trying to make them feel better. Everything don't need tough love. Sometimes things need a gentle touch. Sometimes you need to just shut up, sit back, and let them have it, say whatever they need to say, get it all out, and then be like, I bet. And keep your opinion to yourself. If they want your opinion, there's a thing called couth. And I have no couth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have no brought up see. But but there's a way to go about doing things. There's a tactful way. And it's a daily thing for me. And to some people that may seem real foolish, but when you're so used to being so blunt and having things told to you so bluntly, it kind of feels like, why isn't everybody else like this? But again, it comes down to understanding the love languages of those people that you associate. If you love them, there's a language that you need to learn to communicate in with the person that you love. The love languages can go towards your family. The love languages go toward, your friends, wherever it is, whatever situation you're in. And even if you don't want to call it love language, but language, whatever, you could even extend it to work, because how you deal with people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes what's the point of me sitting here getting an attitude and acting all crazy for, and it's not going to change the situation. However, if I just chill out and I approach the person and I say, hey, whatever, and I communicate in a way that they understand, the way that they feel good about it, to where they'll now receive what I'm saying.
Because that's the whole point. Like, that's what you want. You want those results. Right.
So with me, and I started that. The crazy thing is, I started it at work. There's some people I'll be extremely blunt with. There's some people that I would kind of handle with kid gloves. There's different things. But for some reason, when it comes to the people that I'm closest with, that I actually do give a real damn about, I just wouldn't do that with you guys. You know, and I'm quick to be like, call me out, and y'all just be like, yeah, all right. Like,
I was just felt like, well, that's Stephanie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that we had moments that we just, I say whatever I need to say, but most of the time it's like, you know what? I ain't about to do all that.
Especially when I'm not beefing with you. I'm just mad at a situation, and I'm mad that you don't. I'm mad that you're not handling the situation the way I would.
Right.
How unfair is that? We talk about our differences, how much we love each other's differences, and I have the audacity to get mad because this person did X, Y, and Z. Girl, you should have said this. Or if I was there, I would have said that. Well, bitch, it ain't you, and you want that. So how about that? Okay.
Oh man.
So I mean, you know, the moral of the story, I think, is just it's very important. I think that's how people have these long lasting relationships. We've been friends since what, 93, 94, something like that.
We ain't got to be calling out years and stuff. Just be like 15. We were like 15, 16, whatever. Like, what are we doing?
Part of my love language is not telling people this type of stuff. What's going on? But we've been able to maintain our relationship, I think, because on different levels we've allowed each other to grow. We've sought advice when we needed to. I went through a breakup and I called you. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning for you, and nothing made me feel better than the fact that you answered. He just
I got you, girl. I'm like,
You woke up real quick. Hold on. What's up?
Girl, what's going on? No, he said, girl, girl. I got your dick. Okay.
That was a long time ago. Could fuck these niggas. Anyway, so you understand? This was over like a year ago. But anyway, but yeah, it's, you know, I think a lot of relationships will have a, you know, be long lasting when people learn that. My Aunt Lisa, let me tell you something. Me and my Aunt Lisa would bump heads for no apparent reason. We hung out twice in 2022. And that's a big thing. That's not me downplaying. That's a good thing, because first of all, they all the way over. She in Delaware, my nigga. So, but and both times we hung out, it was lit. It was so, I felt so good hanging out with my Aunt Lisa, because I always thought Aunt Lisa was like super dope, super fly. There's something about her to me that always just gave me this. She just fly to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's dope. You feel me? But it was just, and then we understood. We started to understand that we bump heads because we're a lot alike in many ways, and also neither one of us took the time to understand where the other person was coming from, in a sense. You know I can't say things to my Aunt Lisa the way that I say it to my Aunt Linda. Mm-hmm. If I say it the same way, one of these two finna get mad. You know what I'm saying? Because they both can handle their business, but my Aunt Linda, she's more of, in my opinion, our great grandmother, mother, we called her lovingly. She was like the backbone of the family, and I personally, in my eyes, have kind of put that on my Aunt Linda, because she's the one that always trying to get everybody together. She's the one that communicate with family members that don't nobody else talk to. She's the one that's always like, she's, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my Aunt Lisa's much like me in that I'm cool over here. Like, y'all cool and we can hang, but I could really be home. Like, I really don't.
Yeah, I know
over here. She got
that.
a big ass, nice ass house. She got a dope husband, you know what I'm saying? And she got a dope daughter and dope grandkids. Like, I don't really need So I know now, and in doing because of that, I was able to hang out with her to the point where the last time we were there, I really didn't want to go, but I needed to go because I needed to be there for the twins' birthday. But it was like, I kind of was like, we could have hung out here. So now we're planning on going back there this summer and spending time and this, that, and the other. And it had a lot to do with, I had to learn what her love language is, what her communication style is, all of those types of things so that I could humbly adjust myself to it, and not in a way of I'm being the bigger person. It has nothing to do with that because she's humbly adjusting herself to me as well. This is
Right.
an equal opportunity situation that we have going on. So because both of us are doing the work and we both have an understanding, neither one of us really want to be on the phone like that. So
Mhm.
it's totally okay if we don't talk to each other till I got my dates. Yo, I'm coming out like in 2 weeks. Okay, bet. I'll make sure that you can get in the house.
You get
Like
out
we
there.
have that.
See, I like that. I
You
like
feel what I'm saying? So if I call her, even when I call Aunt Lisa, which is not often, but when we talk, it's kind of like, okay, I was checking on you, whatever. We on the phone 5, maybe 10 minutes tops. It's a wrap. Aunt Linda, oh yeah, I'm getting my coffee together. I'm rolling a blunt. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff because we finna be on the phone minimum hour and a half. Minimum. That's how it's going down. Okay. Aunt Linda will sit in silence with me. She don't care. You know what I'm saying? But it's about that. And I'm learning that I'm having better relationships with everyone around me.
Mm-hmm.
With everyone around me.
It's like a domino effect because it's like you've opened yourself up and you're starting to understand, appreciate, love more the other individual. And it just kind of just rolls and trickles on to everybody else because you want that same result. So, like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, listen, if you ain't doing it, you need to start paying attention to other people's love languages and meeting them where they are, and not just going off of what just you don't like or what you're not gonna take. If it's somebody that you love, you're gonna do what you're supposed to do, right? So, listen, that made me want to hang out with Auntie Lisa. You know, I have my own Auntie Lisa, but and she
And your
fun.
aunt, yeah,
She keep
she dope too. I met her, she dope too.
Let's not them Auntie Lisas, okay? Look,
Period.
period. Okay, so yeah. I, when you going out there?
I'm trying to go out there and why are we doing this right now?
Oh,
June.
sorry. Oh, we
Wait, no. It's okay. It's okay. I plan on being out there in June because cousin Paul is having his 3rd annual Black Business Cookout on June 17th, I believe it is. Stay tuned. We'll have more details on that on the other shows that we have on this network, but on this channel. But you know what I'm saying? Well, speak it, network, speak it. Anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
but so around June, shout out to cousin Paul. Okay. But yeah, we need to make something happen. I enjoy life better. Now, you know me, I'm pro-selfish. And what I mean by pro-selfish is I believe in making sure that I'm okay, because if I'm okay, then I have a better version of me that I can give out to everyone else. Right. So I'm going to do what's best for me to make sure that I'm good, not to anyone else's detriment, but I got to make sure that I'm good, because when I'm at 100%, I'm able to give you whatever you need. I can function on 80%. I can even function on 70 if that's what I'm good. And Lord Jesus, when I get to 120%, oh, you just got a freebie 20 off top, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pro-selfish in that way. But I'm learning to understand that the whole thing, not to someone else's detriment. That's the key, not to someone else's detriment. So if me having being completely blunt with the way I say it, and it makes me feel better. Okay, cool. It makes me feel better that I didn't sugarcoat it, but how did you leave the other person feeling? If you left the other person feeling bad, are you really feeling that great about yourself? Are you happy with yourself there?
Buddy.
Hi, buddy. You happy with yourself? You happy with what you did there? So yeah, I mean, again, I encourage everyone, um, especially any young people that may watch this. You want to have a long lasting relationship with your friends. You want to be able to have those posts that say, I got friends that's 20 years plus, bet you can't share. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be one of those types of people, then learn your friends' love language. Learn how to see how they want to be dealt with, how they want to be handled, how they want to be loved, how they want to be communicated with. Because when you do that, on a selfish end, it makes you feel better. On a selfless end, you make your friend feel better. You make them more comfortable with being who they are, the way they want to be who they are, without feeling judged. Because who wants to be judged by the people that you consider your best friends, your family? Who wants to be judged by those people who I have in my inner circle?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't want that.
I don't want it either. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go off, have a little commercial break where we could just talk about me, 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 me. Okay, because that's the selfish part.
Me, 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 me.
Me, 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 me. On the other end of that, we have a new segment coming up. Shay's gonna go ahead and take it from there when that time comes. So I need you guys to stay close. Stay close. Stay close, because you need to see these ads too. You know what I'm talking about? So you can support me.
Okay.
You feel me? All right. Smoke break.
She thought walking away was hard to do until walking away led to truth. Discovering a peace that was hovering, but never before allowed to enter her soul. She thought she'd grow old and even cold. If life continued on the trajectory it was headed, complacency seemed inevitable. Until she took a look at herself and said, I'm betting on you. Exploring new worlds and new views, different energies and attitudes. Allowing her heart to be open, it became consumed by what could be described as a fantasy, far from tragedy, no. A dream that, if told in a story, would seem too good to be true. Taking the form of perfection, physical frequencies felt through erections, emotional energies flowing like oceans. Ocean brings forth life anew, birthing art inspired by Mahogany's muse. 30 is only a dream away, and Jess Copeland can feel it. Her unexpected journeys are filled with unpredictable obstacles, but she finds escape in her poetry. However, each rhyme she creates reveals that her life's path is still unwritten. Rather than face the unknown in fear, Jess cherishes a sense of peace in knowing every day she's given a blank page to fill with lines of her destiny, however colorfully chaotic it may be. You capitalized off a capital I, selfish. Thinking of only you with every lie, was it worth it? Looking in my eyes as I tried to compromise despite the obvious answers to whys. Flipping through previous chapters of our book to try and find when the light dimmed in your eyes. Meanwhile, you refused to realize the words you comprise are contrary to truths in my mind because I knew. I knew the truth but decided to look past and love you. But all I got in return was emotional abuse, and no, I wasn't confused. Just numb and dumb, hoping you wouldn't run like so many before you had done. Before. So I closed the door to my heart, but like a master locksmith, you unlocked it as if you were the perfect fit, so I allowed it. I mistook a season as a reason for my being. My existence revolved around a temporary part of my life. I even went as far as to tell you I'd be your wife, but I thank the Lord for providing the right sword to sever all ties once I opened my eyes and accepted I was living a lie. There were nights I thought I would die, but I got through. Despite continued sporadic attempts at rendezvous whenever your new boo wasn't doing the things I got you used to. But rather than concern myself with your decision, I took time to patch up that deep incision you inflicted on my heart so I can love again. And on this other side of crazy and lust, I found sanity and love. And you and me could have never been the blessing of me and he. We are a love frequency that is selfless and giving to our future. And when I look at my past me, I don't even feel sorry for her. She had to learn the hard way, and she has. So now I have, and I have learned how to love me. So my forever we can build in unity, something that could have never happened between you and me. And I'm grateful, not bitter. I wish nothing as you're with her, not bad blood or good, not even concerned with being misunderstood because I've left my past where it is. There is nothing to yearn for or miss, but my past is not overlooked. It's just a chapter that I've completed and closed as I start my new book.
Hey, funny running into you here. Well, if you have a minute, sit back and relax while I give you peace of mind.
So, hey y'all. We talked about love languages and just understanding how to communicate with other people by understanding their love language. And so I want y'all to take a deep look at yourself now. And knowing other people's love language is great, but taking the time out to really self assess and pick out those things that really make you who you are, you know, your likes, your dislikes, so that people can really, you can really be direct uh, in how you're telling people how to treat you. Um, Self awareness is key. And I think it would stop a lot of the, well, I don't know, put things in perspective, and make people think before they react, on certain in certain situations. Um, I was looking through a positive thought book, and this is what I came up with. I wanted to share it. It's really short, but it's by Sue Davis Potts, and it reads: readjust your attitude, start to think positively, knowing you have what it takes to accomplish your goals. So that's the first thing. Readjust your attitude, refresh your spirit, dream new dreams, letting the possibilities grow into visions. Um, it's always good to refresh your spirit, okay? However, you do so, there may be new ways to tap into doing that, but refresh your spirit, okay? Renew your faith, um, faith in yourself, faith in the creator, um, renewing your faith, believe you have purpose because everyone has purpose and a higher calling. Remember your loved ones. And this just falls into love languages, remembering those who are your cheerleaders, those that are always going to be your number one supporters. Remember them and know that they're there and tap in with them. Um, for me, it's just another way to be aware of yourself, what you need, take time with yourself. And that's pretty much it. It takes time, but it's pretty much it. Take the time out to do that for yourself. So those are my thoughts. I can't hear you.
Joe can't. I love it. I was being respectful, I wasn't talking,
You
No,
could
but I
tell.
love it. I love everything that you said. And yeah, it ties in. It ties in. We got to make sure that we're loving on ourselves, we're loving on those around us. Love brings peace. Love doesn't bring you peace. Question what you have going on, because love brings peace. If anybody has any comments or opinions or thoughts or questions, please let us know. You can leave your comments on YouTube on UVVTV. Remember to put the quotations around there so that you can find it easily. Bars. You can also go to any of the Melanated Verses pages, leave your opinion, your thought, your question, or whatever. But who is the author again?
It's last name is Potts, but it's Sue Davis Potts.
Sue Davis
Potts. It's a positive thoughts everyday book that I read. And I mean, get into positive reading. Like, there's a lot of books out there that are very motivational, inspirational, and it will set you on your way. Sometimes you can't just sit there and just, have that come out of you. You need to do something. You need to act. And, you could say positive affirmations, but I think so too. Reading positive books brings on that positivity in your life that you need to just have a brighter outlook on life.
Most definitely. Oh, I smoked through the break and I forgot what I was about to say.
Okay. Oh no. Somebody please help her. No.
I don't know what just happened. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. To your point, real quick before we move on, Apple is annoying because the iPhone keep telling me every week how much time I'm spending on this damn phone. But in realizing that, I started taking time to meditate, taking time to have the phone down, the TV off, whatever. And even if it's 3 minutes a day, there's something that's refreshing about that. So to your point, reading something positive, reading period, but reading something positive is a good way to just take that moment away from the noise of social media, away from the noise of work, away from the noise of the television, news, all the crazy stuff that's going on, away from all of that stuff, just to have some time when you can kind of sit and just have a moment to think positively and reset yourself so that you go and, you can go and take the next hit that's coming, because they keep on coming. Thank you so much. I want you guys to know that you can see Peace of Mind every first Thursday. We'll also be sharing this on our different social media pages. You'll see all of those pages in the outro, so that you guys can have your peace of mind whenever you want it. You feel me? All right. Now, since we are on that vibe, I might as well I don't have anything doing to others. You're going to get a doing to others activity once a month, but every week I just want to remind you that if it is your birthday this week, and it is 3 people's birthday this week, matter of fact, today, not today, but today when it's airing today, you feel what I'm saying? February 2nd, you feel me? So my cousin Hugh, shout out to you, bars. My cousin Crystal, shout out to you. And Sharad.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, y'all. Sharad, yo, I'll never forget that day at Six Flags. Him and KP, like, joke was like, why are y'all doing this? Anyway, I digress. One day we'll have Sharad on here.
That would be fun.
It'll just be the comedy hour. But if your birthday falls on this week, please make sure that you think about someone who has helped you get through the last year of your life. You could not have done it alone. I don't care how long you think you are in this world. I don't care if it's the DoorDash person that always delivers it right on time, right when you need it. Get somebody a card, a gift, or something, and on your birthday, you go and you say, hey, I appreciate you. I just wanted to tell you on my birthday that I appreciate you. And thank you so much. For me, for my birthday, December 13th, my doing to others happy birthday was to the twins, Johnny and Ava. I'm sure if you watched Unvaccinated Voices, he probably had it up hella time, pictures of them and stuff, because that's what he does. But these twins are, oh my goodness. First of all, shout out to them for making it through a year of their life in November, because they came early. They had some problems. There were some surgeries that went on, a whole bunch of stuff. And when I tell you, the doctor said, yeah, I don't consider them preemies. And this was well before they were one. Like Johnny thinks he's a grown man walking around.
Listen,
Ava is a
they're
diva.
so big and beautiful. Like
Ava's like, I do what I want when I want. And I
please
know she
don't
and I are
feed me,
gonna
I
fight.
can feed myself.
Because the thing about it is, I don't care if I'm this much older. The facts are the facts. I'm your older sister, so it doesn't matter. So I'm allowed to fight you. So it could be 5 and we can come to blows. It's okay, because at the end of the day, it's just your big sister. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my gosh.
Don't have to mention ages. Just say my big sister beat me up, and then the cops will leave you alone. Everybody will leave you alone. They don't have to know. They don't have to know. But yeah, so make sure that you find somebody this week and give them some love. If your birthday falls on this week, let them know that they're appreciated. You know what I'm saying? We make it through this thing together, this thing called life together. All right. So just so you know, UVVTV has the lineup on Tuesday. We have In the Point Is that's coming back. I think it just aired. Not sure. It might be after mine. I may have kicked it off. Not sure. Unvaccinated Voices on Wednesdays. It's Just the Conversations on Thursdays. Sundays, we have the Sunday Jazz Brunch, powered by YouTube. I'm reading the thing because I don't be remembering stuff. My daddy gonna do a comedy corner. You know what I'm talking about? The Hentons. Oh, that's gonna be too funny.
Exciting.
My daddy gonna do the NASCAR minute. He used to do that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And it was lit. All you white folk that like to watch, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have NASCAR minute. Black folk, we can get into this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, as one black person to another, it's lit. Not just going around in circles. You gotta watch it to appreciate it. Okay, okay. We sometimes.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, when I went to the Atlanta Motor Speedway that time, it was a whole bunch of white people out there. And they were so lit, yo. I was like, yes. I swear. Yo, there's certain occasions, you know what I'm saying, where it's just is what it is. They be mad lit. So NASCAR is one of those things. So make sure that you tune in when he starts that up. And I'm super excited about the Hentons. Shout out, yo, they got married and stuff on break, y'all. The husband and wife and stuff. And she be posting stuff. My husband's so handsome. I'll be like, oh,
I know that's right.
I look.
Congratulations.
Because I'm doing my Duolingo still, and I'm over a year in my Duolingo. So when I said mira, she knew what I was saying. Anyway. I digress.
Have mercy. Yes.
Congratulations. I love everybody. Congratulations. Please make sure that y'all subscribe to UVVTV. Let me think. Is there anything else that we have going on? I don't think so. I want you guys to make sure that you like and you share this. I want to make sure that you guys are liking and being friends with us and following and all that stuff on the social media platforms, because this year I'm trying to do some things. You know what I'm talking about? And I would love your support. And I think, Shey, can I speak for you when I say you would love their support?
I would absolutely love y'all support. Comment too. While you sharing, you know what I'm saying? Comment.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure that Jay and Free would love your support as well. Ladies, Jay is definitely married, so please be careful, okay? Because I will fight you if you're disrespectful.
Don't even tread that way.
The Free single in the bit. Get at your boy. He's gonna be like, oh God.
This inbox is be open now. Go on ahead.
His thing ain't even private, y'all. I'm sorry, Free. I'm sorry.
It's the truth.
It's the truth, though. Did I lie? Is the question. Okay, so whatever. No, but everybody tune in. We got some great things coming up. Next week, we're going to be talking about what is Black culture with Jay. That's going to be a very interesting conversation. And we're going to have Jay's Way next week. He's going to have his time where he gets to talk to you. And then we have other stuff coming up. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm glad that you decided to come back this year with your girl. Appreciate you because I know you mad busy. So I appreciate you. I look forward to this year. I think it's about to be lit, yo. I think it's about to be I just feel it. I feel it.
Listen, I just want to handle everything with grace and just be positive the whole way through. Even though you having hard times, you could still remain positive. Like, have positive thoughts and just know that everything is not going to be smooth sailing. It's just not going to be. And so how you deal with that is just that. It's the outcome is going to be good. Just keep it positive. Keep it positive. That's it.
I'm gonna take my prescription before we head off.
Yeah, if the mountain's smooth, you can't climb no smooth mountain. You won't be falling, bro. Just trying to tell
that. And on that note, we out of here. You feel me? We out of here. Thank you. Bye.
Remember, you can find It's Just a Conversations and so much more at melanatedverses.com. Also, follow me on social media platforms at Melanated Verses.
It's a conversation. Everybody doing more than observation. It's enough to be patient, but we gon' take people back, we can play fair. We can moderate fast. That's why we distribute all our innovation. We're just having conversation. Everybody doing more than observation. It's just a conversation. And if you don't know, now you know.